Hello everyone. First of all, before I start this video, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel. I'm on about 550 subscribers at the moment, which is more than I ever thought I'd get, and I kind of set myself a challenge to try and get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which would be great. And so I'll just keep on producing videos and, like and share if you're enjoying them, and I'll keep making more. So today's video, it's kind of spurned on actually by a fellow YouTuber whose channel will appear now, and he's also around the 500 subscribers, same as me, and we're both trying to build our channels, and we talk about cameras, and one of the cameras he was mentioning to me was the Nikon TW2 or 2D, the D being the data back, and it being quite an interesting camera. So I thought, okay, well I already own this camera, so I'll do a quick video on it because it is quite interesting in terms of the kind of history of how this came to be. Because if you kind of look at it, this camera has two lenses, so it has a 35mm lens and a 70mm lens, and it's not a zoom. And I'll turn it on like that, and if you didn't know, you'd assume this was a zoom lens. But this was the first camera that Nikon made in 1987 that wasn't a point and shoot with a prime lens. It was the first time they offered you something with two lenses. So before this camera, Nikon were making point and shoots like this. They had a single lens, a 35mm 2.8, and these are very collectible now because it's nice fast prime lens for a point and shoot, and takes very good photos. It's very sharp with the old L35, but they wanted to offer something that was a bit more versatile, and so along came the Nikon TW2. The other kind of unusual thing about this camera is if I turn it on and I hold up the lens, you'll see on the side there is, sorry, let's get it to focus, a little arrow there, and if you go like that, you have now, whilst you're holding it there, if I let go it flicks back, but whilst I'm holding it there, that is the soft filter. So when you're taking portraits, you can go like that, and it's on the soft filter mode. You press this button here on the top, and it goes to the 70mm, and you've got the soft filter there. You can see that a bit more easily, turning that on and off, or you can go like that. So it's quite noisy going between wide and telly, but it's not zooming, it's going between two focal lengths on the lens, two separate, so there's nothing between 35 and 70, it's just those two focal lengths. And you turn it on and off here. Turn it on and off here. That's the flash on and off, which threw me earlier actually. I thought the batteries were dead. I was pressing that, nothing was happening. Why is it not coming on and off? And then I realised it was the flash, and that the on and off's on the front. And you've got self timer there, and when you need to rewind the film, you use that little button there. The battery is contained within here. I'll see if I've got a coin and I can show you. So the battery it takes looks like this, and is a handily, it says there CRP2, 6-volt battery. I'll be honest, this one, when I got it off eBay, didn't cost me very much, and it came with a working battery. I think if I'd had to buy that battery, it probably would have cost me almost as much as the camera these days. But it's a good solid chunky point and shoot, and it came with the data back as well. You've got a switch on the side, you flick that and it opens up. You load the film in here. It's got DX coding, which is auto ISO, so it reads off the film, and that goes from ISO 64 to 1600. And then you drag it across and feed the film in. And so this was kind of an interesting time when Nikon were moving away from prime lenses. They didn't yet have the zooms coming into place, so they were offering kind of two lenses within the one body. And then once technology developed a bit further, turn that one off, they then replaced it with cameras like this that look very, very similar, but this has a true zoom from 35 to 80. You see on this one the actual on-off switch is on the top. This is a very similar camera. It takes the same batteries, works in very much the same way, but this has a zoom lens rather than two kind of prime lenses. The only other camera I know of that does this is the Olympus Infinity Twin, but this is a bit more obvious that it's got two lenses because they're separated there. And that was kind of it really. I just thought I'd do a quick video on the Nikon TW2D, as it was quite an interesting camera with its two lenses. Thank you very much. If you're liking these videos, give them a thumbs up and share, and I'll continue to make more.